Financial Survival Network, helping you survive and thrive in the new economy. Go to CarrieLutz.com and sign up for 30 free micro trainings on financial survival.
$14.90 WGCH. This is Charlie Lutz, and this is the Financial Survival Network. Today, Leap Day, February 29th, 2012, is the Leap Day raid on gold and silver. Gold's down over $70 an ounce. Silver's down over $2 an ounce. And just when you thought it was safe to put some money back into the metals, this happens. So, of course, we have Andy Hoffman, Ranting Andy Hoffman, to shed some light on the latest developments. Andy, interesting day, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to, today's what I call a named storm event, where it's a little more than your typical attack. And I'm trying to think of the name of it, and the Leap Day attack may be it.
All right. Hey, we'll trademark it, and we'll put it on coffee mugs and T-shirts, okay?
Okay.
So it's definitely a raid. Metals don't move like this. 4% in one day for gold, 8% for silver, 7.5%. I mean, what are they thinking?
When you say they, we're talking obviously about the government, and this is just standard fare. Essentially, gold, in particular silver, were about to break out and make a run at the all-time highs, and so they planned this. I had written that today could be an historic day because of all the things going on between Bernanke speaking and the LTRO2 announcement, and the discussions from the ISDA about the Greek default status. There's just a lot going on today. And it was obviously a very fearful period for the cartel. There was no doubt in my mind that they were terrified about silver, especially the way it was trading this morning. This was a patent attack at exactly 10 o'clock a.m. as usual, exactly as Bernanke gave his comments. And when I tell you, I've read those comments, there is absolutely utterly nothing in those comments that's any different than anything he's ever said. And the super proof of it all is because you see the headline saying he's taking the punch bowl away, etc. The Dow was basically unchanged all day. There was no other market. Oil ended higher. The other base metals were about flat to slightly lower. Nothing was hit at all except for gold and silver. And actually, I saw a piece this morning showing that the equivalent of 375 million ounces of paper silver was thrown onto the market at 10 o'clock this morning to show you how badly these guys wanted to get that paper price down.
Yeah, so the net result, going to be a week or two, maybe. And they painted the tape because they're preventing, gold and silver from finishing out the month at the high prices, which are higher than when they finished, I think it was in December, and it would have been a super bullish signal, so what better time to attack than now?
Right, but again, there's so few people actually trading paper gold anymore. I mean, this is what I wrote in my piece yesterday. About the open interest has been declining for years, and that this is not about, paper traders losing money. This is just about a massive, massive raid. I read someone that I respect this morning a great deal talking about how, you've had a blowout in open interest and therefore this happens every time. But as you'll see when I write today, that's just not the case. There was no blowout in open interest. In silver, there was barely a blip in open interest from where it was months ago. This was literally, like I said, 375 million paper ounces were naked shorted at the market at 10 o'clock, the second that Bernanke started speaking today. There is nothing else going on in any market at all. There is no incremental news. The LTRO was just as bad as you'd think it would be. Bernanke's comments were exactly the same as you'd think they would be. Absolutely nothing has happened, and this is nothing but a major buying opportunity.
Yep, which is what I've told people. Just my best friend who's buying now for the first time, I said to him 2 days ago, make sure you buy on the dips. I don't know when they're going to happen, but they're going to happen. And today I just said, buy, buy, buy. That was my text message to him. Now, you wrote an article that COT, Commitment of Traders Report, becoming less and less meaningful, and the paper market is really going to be, it's going to be the tail that no longer wags the dog, isn't it, pretty soon?
Right. And again, what these guys are doing, like what you see today, these are all unprecedented. Okay. This started back, what I call D-Day, November 9th, 2010. That's when silver first approached $30. It was that day that we saw the algorithms come into the mining stocks, that we saw an intraday margin increase, something we hadn't seen before. We've seen 5 or 6 of these named storm events, as I call them. We may name this one the Leap Day Massacre, who knows, where they just do things they had never done before, such as naked shorting 375 million paper ounces blatantly right in front of everyone's faces, just to say, we're going to do this. And there's nothing you could do about it. But, there are plenty of things you could do. You can buy the physical metal, because the physical metal doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't lose its value. It'll be priced in dollars. It'll be right back at its highs in no time. And as for the report that I wrote yesterday, which everyone should check out on my blog, it's talking about the COTs. I'm breaking yet another myth that's been out there forever about this COT report. Whenever they short, it means something's going to happen. I mean, I recognized this just anecdotally about 5 years ago, that these things didn't have any real impact on prices anymore, whereas they did before that. And when I did the math, it showed that there is literally zero correlation between gold prices and the COT movements, and there hasn't been for 5 years. In silver, there really hasn't been any for 10 years, although the last couple of months have been some strange readings, I think, because of small sample sizes. So I wouldn't worry at all about the COTs. I wouldn't worry about open interest. All I would worry about is trading your paper dollars and euros and yen into something of real value.
Right. And I wonder how easy it is today to buy gold at $710 or so an ounce. I mean, $1,710 or so an ounce, when yesterday it was $1,780. How much of it is really out there to be had at that price? I would think a lot of dealers are just kind of, holding back and just waiting for the price to stabilize, right?
Well, our business is typically, at Miles Franklin, is typically grown exponentially every time we have one of these things. I think 6 of our 12 biggest days in 22 years of business occurred in September when they attacked the prices, and conversely, we had some of our biggest days ever back in April of last year when silver was at $50 an ounce. So, I've talked about constantly for the last few months that the cartel is boxed in, as I put it, because if they try to push the paper prices too far down, such as trying to get silver down near $30, or they take off to the other side, they're going to lose in both instances, because physical demand is going to explode. And I don't expect today's episode to be any different. I would be shocked if this doesn't stabilize quickly and physical demand immediately take off from where it was even a couple of days ago.
Yeah, it's just more of the same, right? The same, the usual suspects doing the usual stuff with a similar result, and the big buyers just step aside, let them knock the stuffing out of the market, and then the next day they're back buying at a discount. No doubt that's what's going to happen here. And just give out your URL again, so people want to get to you, they can.
Right, and again, let me just note one more thing about that. They may be wanting to buy at a discount, but I can assure you that the premiums will expand today compared to where they were yesterday. So you're not going to be paying, if it was, let's say, spot plus $50 for gold, it's not going to be spot plus 50 today after what they just did. To reach me, as usual, milesfranklin.com. We have 2 free blogs, mine and David Sheckman's every day. And you can email me at ahoffman@milesfranklin.com.
All right, Ant. Hey, we'll talk to you next week.